On the news, filmmaker Adama Luke surrenders to police after boat mishap involving late Nollywood actor Junior Pope. Tinubu meets governors and National Assembly leaders, calls for collective efforts to propel the nation forward. And Nigeria, first country to roll out new meningitis vaccine. Thank you for joining us on News Now. I'm Simisola Atiku. Nollywood actress Adama Luke, the producer of the movie in which the late actor Junior Pope was supposed to be featured, has reportedly surrendered herself to the Anambra State Police Command. The spokesperson of the State Command, Tochukwu Ikenga, disclosed that Luke voluntarily turned herself in to the police on Thursday, April 11, and wrote a statement. Ikenga also said that 2 boat operators have been arrested in connection with the unfortunate incident and are in police custody. While assuring the public that the incident will not be swept under the carpet, Ikenga added that other movie cast and crew members would be invited for questioning. President Bola Tinubu has called for unity of purpose and more collaboration between the federal government, state governors and members of the National Assembly to achieve national development goals. The president made the appeal while receiving state governors and the leadership of the National Assembly in Lagos on Friday. There's more details in this report. Led by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the delegation included Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State, and Chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, among others. Speaking on behalf of the President, Vice President Shettima expressed optimism about Nigeria's economic resurgence and called for collective efforts to propel the nation forward. He urged unity and collaboration among all stakeholders to achieve shared prosperity and promised a brighter future for the nation under President Bola Tinubu.
Here in this gathering, it cuts across ethnic and religious lines. What binds us together supersedes whatever that divides us. The future of this country, the future of the black man, because 1 out of every 4 black men is a Nigerian, and by 2050, 1 out of every 3 black men will be a Nigerian. So the trajectory of global growth is facing Africa, and Nigeria will make or mar that transition. So I'm quite glad by the outpouring of emotion and support. The economy has turned the corner. By the grace of God, in the coming months and weeks, the economy will roar back to glory. Let's unite. Let's rally around our leader and propel and catapult this nation to a greater pedestal.
Senate President Akpabio commended the state governors for emulating President Tinubu's leadership style, characterized by listening to diverse voices and consulting widely with the people, irrespective of political affiliations.
Mr. President, I won't speak politics today, but if I'm to judge from what I'm seeing here, there is no person here, or there is no person of any political division that does not support you. This shows a lot for the future. And my other prayer, sir, will be that as you coast home to victory for a second term in 2027, may all the governors here who also support you also have their second term.
In his remarks, Governor Abdulrazak urged President Tinubu to persevere in his efforts towards achieving economic stability.
Your Excellency, we commend your effort that are gradually turning the ship. We've seen how exchange rate is coming down, the price of food is coming down, a good bumper dry season harvest commencing, and things are getting better. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Your Excellency would want you to double down on your effort. Yes, there will always be criticism.
Governor Abdulrazak reiterated the governor's commitment to supporting the president's initiatives and pledged to continue complementing the efforts of the federal government in driving progress and prosperity across the nation. Simisola Atiku, TV 360 News. Meanwhile, Minister of State for Defense Bello Matawale has commended the military for the ongoing onslaught targeted against known terrorist leaders, especially in Zamfara, Sokoto, Katsina, and Kaduna states. In a statement by the Director of Information, Ministry of Defense, Henshaw Ogubike, the minister praised the military particularly for the precise airstrikes targeted at the terrorist strongholds in Zorbi, Gusau, and Maradun local government areas, resulting in the elimination of numerous terrorists and the destruction of their infrastructure. Matawale also lauded the collaborative efforts of the nation's intelligence agencies as well as the local security partners in recent times. The minister says the terrorist days were numbered, adding that the nation would once again begin to enjoy uninterrupted peace. As part of significant strides in combating crime in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), the Nigeria Police Force says it has apprehended 12 individuals linked to a one-chance armed robbery syndicate, including a police officer alongside 33 other suspects. The arrest and subsequent parade of suspects were announced by ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, the Force Public Relations Officer, during a press briefing in Abuja on Friday. According to Adejobi, the successful operation was made possible through intelligence provided by vigilant citizens. In response to these developments, Adejobi underscored the importance of thorough background checks before engaging services of hiring maids or renting out properties. He assured the public of the police force commitment to intensify efforts in apprehending more criminals.
Within the period under review, we have recorded the arrest of 385 armed robbery suspects, 238 kidnapping suspects, 341 murder/homicide suspects, 87 suspects connected with the unlawful possession of prohibited firearms, 143 rape suspects, 151 suspected cultists, and we have recovered 143 various firearms, 741 ammunition of various calibers. We have recovered 72 stolen vehicles and rescued in total 461 kidnapped victims across the country. Some of the alleged cases across the country include the following: foiled kidnapping through rescue of victims. On 29th of February 2024 at about 10:30 p.m., armed bandits with sophisticated weapons blocked Maraba Bangori along Gusau Funtua Road in Faskari local government, Katsina State.
The University of Calabar has announced that 3 students of the institution who were kidnapped about 3 weeks ago have been released. In a statement released by the Public Relations Officer of the school, Efyong Ayo, the students were released unharmed and have been reunited with their parent. Ayo says the Vice Chancellor, Florence Obi, who received the students in her office, thanked security agencies in the state for their collaboration and sustained efforts that led to the release of the students. The Vice Chancellor also thanked the parents of the students for their efforts and collaboration with the school management during the period of their children's captivity. To health matters, the United States Center for Disease Control has donated disease detective equipment to Nigeria in a bid to beef up the country's outbreak response capacity. The equipment was received on behalf of the federal government by the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Jide Idris. Speaking during the delivery of the equipment, the Program Director of the U.S. CDC Division of Global Health Protection, Farah Hussein, said the donation was part of the efforts to help Nigeria address the challenge of disease outbreaks. In his remarks, the NCDC boss assured the U.S. government the equipment would be judiciously put to use.
Our mandate is health security. And in our recent roadmap, the last portion of that is forging partnerships. And today's event is just a testament to that partnership. If we continue at this rate, all the things we want to do in the context of health security in this country will be better achieved. So I want to assure you that what you've donated to us today will be judiciously used the way you want them to be used, and we'll do better than we planned.
Nigeria is currently facing several ongoing disease outbreaks, including Lassa fever, diphtheria, meningitis, just to name a few. Laboratory scientists play a vital role in quickly detecting and confirming cases, which is crucial for an effective disease response. We commend and thank these dedicated professionals for their tireless efforts and commitment to protecting public health. The increased volume of laboratory work created by these simultaneous outbreaks creates a pressing need for additional resources. This donation includes biosafety cabinets, sample collection materials, and other essential laboratory commodities to help ensure the quality and high outputs of Nigeria's labs can continue. Additionally, we have included large amounts of personal protective equipment to safeguard the health and safety of laboratory workers. Whether in the subnational labs, health facilities, or the communities they serve, this donation will directly help save lives. The United States is committed to working hand in hand with Nigeria to build response capacity and protect the health of our people.
Still on health matters, Nigeria has become the first country in the world to roll out the revolutionary new Men5CV vaccine against meningitis. According to the World Health Organization, the new vaccine is reported to protect against the 5 major strains of the disease that are prevalent in Nigeria, unlike the initial vaccine that works against only one strain. Data from the WHO shows that in 2023, a 50% rise in annual cases was reported across 26 African countries regarded as meningitis hyper-endemic countries. Between last year, October, and mid-March this year, 1,742 cases have been suspected in the country, with 153 deaths recorded in 7 states in Nigeria. We'll take a break, but coming up, Nigeria's Super Eagles to battle South Africa's Bafana Bafana in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match day 3 encounter. Stay with us for details of this and other stories.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
Wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the CONR App. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. Nollywood actress Adama Luke, the producer of the upcoming movie in which the late actor Junior Pope was supposed to be featured, has reportedly surrendered herself to the Anambra State Police Command on Thursday and has written a statement. The spokesperson of the State Command, Tochukwu Kenga, revealed that 2 boat operators have also been arrested in connection with the unfortunate incident and are in police custody. We also told you that President Bola Tinubu has called for unity of purpose and more collaboration between the federal government, state governors, and members of the National Assembly to achieve national development goals. The president made the appeal while receiving state governors and the leadership of the National Assembly in Lagos on Friday. In case you missed any of our news bulletins, or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV, or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places, the Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On Digi 360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians have said in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
Digi 360, dissecting the issues.
On business, the lead consultant on private sector development, ECOWAS Commission, Ken Ife, has called on the federal government to find a solution to the recent 340% hike in the cost of electricity tariff for customers under the Band A category. The hike, which increased from 68 naira per kilowatt hour to 225 naira per kilowatt hour, has triggered dissatisfaction among customers and manufacturers in the country. Rather than raising the tariff, Ife urged the government to remove the tax on individuals who import solar energy into the nation and allow power generation to be determined by the mass market.
This is a wake-up call to Nigerians to just take power to the mass market. We have to take. This was a call that I made within 2 weeks of the Buhari administration. I went out when I said to a major conference within 2 weeks. I said, take power to the mass market. Let people remove tax on solar-related items. Let them invest. I'm sure you may have 3 houses, one in Lagos, one in your village, and one in somewhere in one township somewhere. You can only sleep in one house at any one time. And so the rest of the power you have other places could be sold to the grid. So there are people that will prefer to use their money instead of running generator and not having anything back and causing pollution, invest it in solar. As long as the government will say, okay, in the short term, let us bankroll the cost of a meter, hybrid meter that will take this electricity back into the grid and pay them for generating electricity. And then people will begin to see value in investing in alternative energy supply sources and take that pressure off the national grid. And then, of course, the law has been amended repeatedly from 1 megawatt domiciliarization to eligible buyer, and then also so it has been amended, but you have to give that decisive push to individuals and everybody, private sector, state government, get into this business and produce power for yourself. And then let us look away from national grid, because that national grid is a monster, and the instability is so embarrassing. The collapse, systemic collapses are so embarrassing that we're going to take this as a wake-up call to go and invest whatever we can. Okay, gas is our transition plan. And why are people not going to CNG? CNG gas, the biggest asset we have as a country is gas. Over 210 trillion cubic feet of gas. I don't know why we are dealing with petrol. and diesel when we should be dealing with gas. You use gas to power the buses, you use gas to power the trucks, and we use gas to produce electricity of all sorts. You have generators that are gas generators, and then you get the CNG supply, compressed natural gas supply. And people should move away from those diesels so that we can have, we can build our industries. And so the main industries can't operate at these prices right now of electricity.
So on business, the federal government has revealed the drop in Nigeria's crude oil production was due to issues encountered on the Trans-Niger pipeline, coupled with maintenance activities carried out by some oil companies operating across the country. In a statement, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Heineken Lopobiri, however, says efforts were on to fix the pipeline, adding that this would enable the country to produce up to 1.7 million barrels per day of crude oil and condensates. He also says the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources was actively engaged in policy evolution aimed at maximizing the utilization of all available wells in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, South Africa's Electoral Commission says it has appealed to the country's highest court to rule on whether former President Jacob Zuma can stand as a candidate in the general elections in May. The commission said in a statement on Friday that it had lodged an urgent and direct appeal to the Constitutional Court to provide certainty on the proper interpretation of the constitutional article relating to candidacies of people who have been convicted. The appeal is the largest twist in a legal wrangle over the eligibility of the 81-year-old politician after an electoral court had earlier ruled that Zuma could run for office, overturning an earlier decision that had barred him from contesting. Zuma is hoping to run for president on behalf of the MK party, which he joined last year after denouncing the governing African National Congress ANC party, which he once led. In Australia, 6 people have been killed and several others injured, including a 9-month-old baby, in a mass stabbing at a busy shopping mall in Sydney. Australian police were called to Westfield Bondi Junction on Saturday afternoon local time following reports of multiple people being stabbed. Witnesses describe a scene of panic, with some forced to hide in shops as the attack unfolded. New South Wales Police Commissioner Karen Webb says 4 women and a man had died at the shopping mall, while another woman passed away at the hospital. Up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Former Big Brother Niger housemate Mike Edwards has announced his entry into the world of professional boxing as he eagerly anticipates his debut. On his official social media page, the runner-up of BB Niger Season 4 ecstatically announced his entry into professional boxing, joining the cruiserweight division roster of Misfits Boxing. He encouraged his fans and well-wishers to look forward to his in-ring debut, where he intends to showcase his skills and determination. Nigerian clergyman Prophet Odumeje, also known as Indaboski Bahose, has released his highly anticipated single titled Power, featuring Nigerian singer Flavor. While Odumeje is popular for his powers, which he constantly boasts of in his viral sermons, he also maintains a career as a musician. On the upbeat single, Odumeje, who pastors the Mountain of Holy Ghost Intervention and Deliverance Ministry in Anambra State, wrote out a list of his powers, including Indaboski Bahose, Dabush Kabash, Lefase Fare, Abido Shaka, and Gadusa Gaduja. Aided by Flavor's high-life melodies, Odumeje declares that he is about to unleash his powers, which he had earlier promised to channel into tackling the Naira decline. And that's it on entertainment news on News Now. Joy Ochejem, TV360, Lagos.
And in sport, Nigeria's Super Eagles will entertain the Bafana Bafana of South Africa in a 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match day 3 encounter on Friday, June 7. The encounter will hold at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo. The national team will also face the Squirrels of Benin Republic in a match day 4 encounter also in June. The three-time African champions have recorded 2 points, having drawn their opening 2 games against Minos Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Salon Sports Nigerian chess master and founder Chess in Slums Africa, Tunde Onokoya, has set his sights on breaking the Guinness World Record for the longest chess marathon in an uninterrupted 58-hour chess session, aiming to emerge victorious without a single defeat. The event is slated to hold from 10 a.m. on April 17 to 8 p.m. on April 19 in the iconic Times Square of New York City. The current Guinness World Record stands at 56 hours, 9 minutes and 37 seconds and was achieved by Halvard Hogg Flaktebo and Jør Fekkenstad of Norway on November 11, 2018. Well, that's it on News Now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.